Hello, in this video, I'm going to review with you how to develop your assessment plan. So the first step is to set a purpose for assessing. So determine if your assessment is formative or summative, and then what role it's going to play in your course. Is it for accountability? Are you using it to document student progress or mastery? Or is it used to inform your instructional decisions? So include your purpose for assessing in your assessment description. For step 2, determine the assessment evidence and structure. So go back to that Bloom's taxonomy wheel to break down the objective that you're assessing and ensure that you're assessing students at the appropriate cognitive level. Think about the appropriate format. Should it be like an informal check for understanding, an observation, discussion, some kind of dialogue, a test or quiz, essay or a written assignment, or a performance task? For step 3, develop your grading criteria. So break down the learning objectives that you're assessing into their component parts that can be measured. Determine what performance will look like at the different levels of proficiency. So some questions you may want to think about in this step is, where should we look and what should we look for to judge performance success? And how should the different levels of quality, proficiency, or understanding be described and distinguished from one another? Your rubric or other grading criteria can be added as a link on your assessment plan. For step 4, it's time to frame the assessment. So develop the instructions for your assessment that include the assessment title, something short but descriptive. Give your assessment description, how the assessment links to prior and future learning or course goals. Then your targeted learning objectives, assessment options or choices in content, process, and or product, and then your scaffolds, these materials to support the students in completing the assessment. And then lastly, you're going to want to do your core values check. So analyze your assessments periodically and ensure that they're achieving the intended purpose. Ensure that you allow for student choice. Check for potential barriers. Revisit and redefine your descriptions for your different modules and units, and use the online equity rubric to help you in looking at your assessments. The assessment plan on the course design matrix is sort of a summary of what you plan to do with your students in terms of assessing them. So if you take a look at this example, this was developed for a political science course. You can see there's a title and a description. In this module, you'll explore historical arguments for and against the inclusion of a Bill of Rights in the U.S. Constitution. After studying the historical perspectives, you will have the opportunity to judge each of the rights included in the Bill of Rights. So this gives a very broad overview of what the student is going to be doing within this module. Then here are the measurable performance objectives that are listed. And then here we have the assessment and rubrics section. So first there's the title, the Battle for the Bill of Rights debate. This is a formative assessment. You can see that the linked MPO is 1.1. Here's a link to the checklist, the grading criteria, and then we have a description of the assessment right below. And then that's repeated for the other 2 assessments that are going on within this module. And then if you want to take a closer look, again, this breaks down one of them and just shows you all the component parts. So that's it. Good luck and have fun with these assessments.